We're going to start tonight by getting centered, so please sit comfortably, and we'll go ahead and tune inward and find out what's going on in here. So however you want to sit, allow the spine to lengthen upwards, the crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling. And take a few deep breaths in and out just to help ground your awareness inside of your body, out of the head, into the system. Feel the lungs expand, feel the body stretch as you inhale, and then let all that go as you exhale. And then after a few rounds, just relax the breath and just begin to notice what is going on inside of this body right now. What's happening in here? Maybe there's tension being held, there's stress, clenching. Maybe it's in your jaw or in your eyes. Maybe the belly feels tight. Maybe there's pain in this body. Maybe there's some neutral sensations that don't feel good, bad, or anything else. They're just there. What in your body feels good? Where does it feel relaxed? Where does your body feel spacious and calm? It is there. Search for it. It's good to know that if you're able to identify a space inside of you that does feel calm and relaxed already, that some part of you already feels the way that you want to feel. Maybe that's empowering to know that in some way you already feel how you want to feel. And of course, we'll let it be part of our intention tonight to spread that feeling, that calm, that relaxation, that spaciousness to the system. Just a few more breaths into this present awareness. Beautiful. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring your palms together. Lower the chin. Again, honor yourself as you are in this moment. So we've noticed the body already. Honor the breath. Wherever your mind is, honor that. And let our practice be in service of all of it. Rubbing the palms together. And take the heated palms over your eyes. Brushing back over the top of your head, down the neck, bringing yourself back to the space around you. Welcome back. And I'm going to shock you really quickly here because we never do this. We're going to start standing up. So go ahead and peel yourself off your mat. I know, and come to standing. Sometimes we do this. Every once in a while we do this. I promise it'll still be a calm and grounding experience at the end of the day. All right. So go ahead and stack your feet underneath your hips. Okay. And just feel your body standing here. And you can even try to make sure the weight of the body is evenly placed in both feet. And you might have to sway a bit to find out where that point is at. Feel your shoulders relax down your back, the head lifting. Just feel the breath in the body. expanding and contracting. And it's with the breath that we'll start to warm up. So with your inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, release the arms back down to your sides. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead again, reaching up. And exhale, release the arms down. Let's do this a few more times, okay? Inhale, sweep the arms up and down and up and down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. We're going to add on to this movement. Inhale, reach the arms up. With your exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, fold forward and down. It's okay to bend the knees a little bit here. Inhale, reverse that, come all the way back up. And again, exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward and down. Inhale, come all the way back up. Nice strong back here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Let's keep going a few more times. Moving with your breath, folding forward, exhale, inhale, rising up. Good, let's do one more. Folding forward, inhale, rising up. And then stay standing, release the arms by your sides. Notice sensation. We've done some work for extending the shoulders and arms. We've done some work for the back, the hamstrings. Good, and then continuing our warm up, take your hands onto your hips. And you want to squeeze the elbows toward one another. Squeeze them toward one another. This presses the shoulder blades into your mid back, causing the heart to open. And it's also the proper alignment for the spine when we come into chair pose. So keep the elbows knitting together. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, bend the knees, sink down. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. Let's do that again. Exhale, bend the knees, sink down. Inhale, straighten up. Let's keep going. It doesn't have to be your deepest chair. We're just getting started. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. Good. Let's do two more. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs and relax for a moment. Good. We're not done with chair pose just yet, but we're going to switch the position of the hands. So bring the palms together at the chest, shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, sink down. And inhale back up. We're going to do more this time, I promise. Exhale, bend the knees and stay. With your inhale, take the arms wide, turn the palms toward the ceiling, and then exhale, bring the palms together and back to your heart. So inhale, reach forward, take the arms wide, turn the palms up, look up, and then exhale, reach forward, palms together, and drop back to the heart. Again, reach wide, turn the heart up, then exhale, reach forward, bring it back. Inhale, forward and out. Exhale, forward and back. Let's do two more. I know your thighs are burning. Last one. And then exhale, palms to the heart and straighten the legs. Good. Sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Swan dive, fold forward and down over the legs. Now, again, the knees can be bent slightly here. Relax the head, the shoulders, the arms. Feel the chin dropping towards your throat. And then in the forward fold, right where you're at, bend your knees until your fingertips touch the ground if they don't already. So if they don't touch, just bend your knees until they do. And then walk your hands all the way over to the right side of your right foot. Release the head. Now, as you are kind of leaning or arching over to the right a little bit, think about straightening your left knee. It might not straighten all the way, but just start to straighten it a little bit. That'll give you some length out of that left hip and more length along the left side of your body. Good. Carefully walk the fingertips back to center. And then we'll do the other side. Walk your hands off the left side of your left foot. Release the head and begin to straighten the right knee. Again, it might not straighten completely. That's not the goal. Just straighten it a little bit, which draws that right hip back, creating a bit more length on the right side of your body. Good. Walk the fingertips back to center. With your next inhale, press palms to shins. Come halfway up, inhale, looking at the floor. Then exhale, fold down. Good. Let's do that again. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold. We're going to deepen this just a little bit here. Palms to shins, come halfway up. So stay this time. Take the shoulders down the back. Again, you're looking at the floor. The chin is not jutting forward. You're looking straight down. Good. The knees can be bent just a little bit here. And then take your hands onto your hips, but keep the chest floating. Breathe. Nice strong back here. Now, if you can, with your next inhale, stand all the way up. And relax. Ooh, that starts to be a bit more work when you have to hold it, huh? Okay, feeling sensation. Good. So we're going to do another exercise with chair pose, and I'll demonstrate it for you first. Okay. So in a moment, I'll have you bring your arms up and over, and then you'll relax your shoulders down. Now, throughout this entire exercise, you're going to try to keep the arm up by the ear. It might come forward a little bit, but don't bring it all the way down. Okay. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. With my exhale, I'll bend the knees, drop my chest to the thighs, and the fingertips start to graze the floor. And then I'll pull the thumbs back to come into chair pose. We'll stay, and then we'll straighten up, and then we'll do it again. Again, bending the knees, fingertips graze the floor, pulling back, staying, and then rising up. Piece of cake, right? Let's give it a shot. So standing feet hip width apart. Go ahead and raise your arms overhead. Relax the shoulders down. Find your breath. Take a deep breath in here. With your exhale, bend your knees. Drop your chest to the thighs, fingertips toward the floor. And then pull the thumbs back to pull you up into chair pose. Do your best here. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the knees again. Drop the chest to the thighs, fingertips toward the floor. Inhale, pull back up into chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, rise up. Again, exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs, fingertips toward the floor. Pull back up into chair. Stay for the exhale. Lift. 2 more times. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs, fingertips toward the floor. Pull back up. Stay in chair. Then inhale, rise. Last one, you can do it. Bend the knees, chest to thighs, fingertips toward the floor. Pull back up into chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, rise, and release the arms this time. Really strengthening the back body, creating length. Feel into that for a moment. Good, good. All right, so go ahead and take your feet about mat width apart or about a little bit wider than your shoulders. So if you're standing forward on your mat, you can just do mat width apart. If you're not like I am, a little wider than your shoulders. So I'll step back so I'm more on camera. You're going to lift your left arm into the air. And with your right hand, reach up and grab the wrist and traction that left arm toward the ceiling. Good. Now, once you have some length on that left side, just go ahead and tilt to the right. Breathe. Three, two, and one. Come back up and release. Good. Notice that length on the left side probably feels pretty important to do the other side. So when you're ready, right arm reaches up. And then reach up and grab hold of the wrist. Traction the arm upward first. You want to create big length on that right side. And then go ahead and carefully tilt the upper body to the left. And breathe, as always. Good. Inhale, come up and release the arms on down. Roll the shoulders back a few times. Roll the shoulders forward a few times. Roll the neck around a few times. Good. And then coming back. All right. It's fun warming up standing. I don't do this very often. I'm having a good time. I hope that you are too. So now we'll do something that we do quite a bit, which are arm swings. This is a 3-part inhale through your nose and 1 powerful exhale out of your mouth with the movement. And so it's an inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale, arms up, then exhale, jab the elbows back. Again, inhaling 3 parts through the nose, powerfully exhale out of the mouth. So it looks like this: up, back, up, and jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. So go ahead and join me if you're not already. Up, back, up, and jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhaling through the nose. And it's a powerful exhale out of the mouth. You want to feel the navel pull into your body and up. We're clearing the respiratory system, clearing the lungs and the throat. It's a great exercise to do if you have seasonal allergies. It just pushes all that stuff out. It also helps to get rid of some of that stale, toxic air that builds up in the base portion of your lungs. So if you breathe in a more shallow rhythm consistently, some of that breath just stays trapped in some of those air sacs deep in the lungs. This helps to push that stale air out. Of course, you're feeling the full movement of the shoulders, up, back, up, and jab. We're going to go for about 1 more minute. Finding a pace you can maintain. 30 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Do that again. Breathing normally. Noticing your breath rate, your heart rate. Feeling in the body. And maybe even your energetic state. The quality of your mind. That breathing rhythm, the 3-part inhale, forced exhale. It's called the breath of joy. You might just feel lighter after that practice. And so we'll do a little bit more for our shoulders. So I'll step a little bit closer to the screen for this one. You're going to take your arms out to the sides. Actually, just take your right arm out. I changed my mind. Take your right arm out to the side and then sweep it forward and across. Okay. And then with your other forearm, reach up below the elbow, or I guess above the elbow toward the shoulder, and pull the arm in towards your body. Just kind of bear hug it in. Good. Then just take some deep breaths, feeling some space in this right shoulder. Good. One more breath here. And carefully release that arm on down. You might now feel like your right arm is longer than your left. So when we go ahead and balance that out, so take your left arm out to the side this time, and take the arm all the way across. With the other forearm, reach up and kind of brace above the elbow, so toward the shoulder, and pull it towards your body. And breathe. One more big breath. And then carefully release the arms on down. Good. Now we'll do what I was going to teach a moment ago, but I decided to throw that arm stretch in there, which is if you go to chair yoga, we do this sometimes in chair yoga. So arms out to the side to start, both arms, and then sweep your arms forward, right over left, right hand over left, and then reach all the way across and grab onto your upper arms or your shoulders. Some of you who are a bit more flexible might be able to inch your fingers to actually hold the shoulder blades, but just take it across as far as you can. Now, once you have a hold on to whatever you have a hold on to, go ahead and lift the elbows in front of you. And this helps to widen the shoulder blades here, creating space in the upper back, helping to deepen your breath capacity, and also to pull out any tension that might be trapped back there. So keep the elbows lifting. Good. One more breath. And drop the elbows and release the hug. Notice sensation. Every time I come out of that one, I kind of feel clicky back here, but then it goes away pretty quickly. It's okay. All right, so we did right over left. Now we do left over right. Okay, so take your arms out to the sides again. Sweep them forward, reach across and grab hold of something. Again, it might be your upper arms, your shoulders. Those of you who have a bit more space in your shoulders might be able to hold on to the shoulder blades. Regardless of where you can hold on to, lift your elbows in front of you. Feel these shoulder blades widen and take some deep breaths into that space that you are creating. Keep the elbows lifting. Good. And then go ahead and bring the elbows down and release. Move the shoulders around a bit. Now, I hope you liked that one because we're going to do it again, but we're going to add something to it. Okay. So before we go into the shoulder or arm position, I want you to bring your feet about hip width apart. Basically, we're going to blend this last arm exercise with chair pose because why not? It's fun. And it does a really nice back bend for your upper back. So feet stacking underneath the hips, take the arms out to the sides, and then sweep the arms forward, right hand over left. And then reach across and grab hold of your shoulders, your arms, or again, if you can, the shoulder blades. And then lift the elbows. Good. Now keep the elbows lifting, bend the knees, and sink into chair. And so the elbows are reaching up above you, and the hips are sinking down. And you find yourself in an interesting predicament. And you breathe into that predicament. Now, since we're doing this on both sides, I won't hold you here for too much longer, but take 2 more deep breaths. Good. Then straighten the legs, drop the elbows, and relax. Your shoulders are going to be so open after this. All right, we did right over left. Now let's do left over right. Arms out to the sides. Sweep them forward, left hand over right hand. Reach across, grab a hold of something. Lift the elbows. Feel the shoulder blades widen. Take a deep breath in and bend the knees. Sink on in. Be fearless about it. So the elbows are lifting, the hips are sinking, and we're breathing at the same time. There's so much going on. Three more breaths. Stay with it. This is where you realize I breathe slower than you. Inhale, straighten the legs, drop the elbows, and release the hug. Roll the shoulders around for a moment. And then go ahead and just hinge at the hips and fold down over the legs, feeling a nice symmetrical stretch in the body. The knees can be bent here. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a strong back. Come all the way up and release your arms. Good job. Hydrating as you need to. So for this next exercise, you'll need some support, maybe. There is a possibility that some of you in the room can do this balancing posture in the middle of the room, meaning without support. But if you need support, you can use a wall. And if you don't have a wall, and I'll actually demonstrate with this one, I promise I'm still here. I'm just walking off screen for a moment. You can use a chair. So most of us have chairs nearby. It could be a dining room chair, it could be a recliner, it could be anything you want to, but basically something to hold on to is what you need. Okay, so you can use a wall for this, you can use a chair for this, and then some of you might be able just to balance. Okay, so this is a quad stretch. So we're stretching the tops of the thigh. It's tempting when I'm teaching this for folks to want to come into dancer. So I'll show you what it's not, and then I'll show you what it is. And so what it is, or what it's not, I should say, and I'm doing this quickly, we'll do this slowly, is this pose. Okay, that's a lovely pose. It's called dancer. We should do it sometime. Not right now, though. What we're doing instead is trying to stretch the top of the thigh. And so to do that, we will come into this pose instead. So it's not dancer, it's a quad stretch. And so you could balance in the middle of the room with this one. You could hold onto a chair. You could hold onto the wall. You could play around with balancing and realize you need some support, but we'll do it that way, okay? So if you haven't started already, go ahead and have your support nearby if you need it. So if you're going to be close to a wall, just be within about an arm's reach of it or an arm's reach of the chair. And you're going to stand on your left leg first. So just shift the weight over into your left foot. You can be holding on to your support right now or not. And then bring the right heel up toward the right seat. And then with the right hand, reach back and grab the base of the toes. So not the ankle, not the toes themselves, but the base of the toes. Good. Now, once you have that hold, think about drawing your right hip bone forward and then draw the heel and toward the seat, your knee guiding downward toward the floor. And you should feel a big stretch in the front of that thigh. And we're going to breathe into that stretch. These quadriceps can get tight. And if you are using support, the chair or the wall, and you feel like you want to try balancing here, just keep the quad stretch going, but you can try bringing a hand onto your hip. And if that feels unsteady, you can bring your hand back to the wall or to the chair. I guess you could use like a table too. If you're near a desk, that could work too. Something to stabilize you. A little late to prepare for that one, but I just thought of it. I'm going to stay for a couple more breaths. Now, don't slingshot the foot to the floor. It's very tempting here. Instead, release the hip and then allow the foot to come on down. And then notice the difference between the two sides, the right thigh and the left thigh. Now we're going to balance that out. So if you're using a prop, the chair, the wall, the table, the something, have that nearby. And we're going to stand on the right foot this time. Good. And you can just bend the left knee, bring the heel in toward the seat, and reach back with the left hand and grab again the base of the toes. Once you have that connection, draw the left hip bone forward and then bring the heel in toward the seat, guiding the knee down straight toward the floor. Now breathe. And if you want to work on balancing, you can just bring the right hand onto your hip. If you realize that's too soon, it's okay to bring that hand back to where it was. You can keep playing around with it. We'll stay for just a few more breaths. Now again, don't slingshot that foot to the floor. It's not good for it. Instead, release the hip and then slowly release that foot on down. Good job. Feel sensation in that left thigh. Good. Now, after balancing postures like that or asymmetrical standing postures, I like to come into a forward fold. So just come back into the standing forward fold, hinging at the hips. This brings a nice symmetrical stretch to the back body, legs, the lower back, the shoulders. And then press palms to shins. Extend the spine forward. Come halfway up. Exhale, release down. Let's do that 2 more times. Halfway up and down. Halfway and down. And then sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Inhale. And palms to your heart. Feel for a moment. Okay, so for our next exercise, I'm going to ask you to step to the top of your mat and then step your left foot back. Now your back foot's going to be flat on the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. And this allows your hips to square forward or to point directly forward. Now, if that's hard for you to do, you can take that left foot out to the left a little bit more, and that'll give you a bit more rotation in your hips. All right. So the right leg is forward. So the right hand we're going to bring onto the lower back, okay? Or it can be on the hip as well or on the lower back. And then reach the left arm up into the air. Now our goal here, much like an earlier exercise, is to keep the arm up by the head or the ear the entire time. So take a deep breath in, reach up with that left arm. With your exhale, hinge at the hips and fold and extend down over the right leg. It's okay if that right knee is bending a little bit. And then inhale, reverse it. Lead with the thumb, pull you back up. Nice strong back here. And let's do that again. Exhale, slowly lowering down over this right leg. Then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Again, try to keep the arm up by the ear. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. We're going to do about 2 more rounds. And this time, as you go forward, we're still reaching forward, but maybe try to take the arm across toward the right foot. So the arm stays up by the ear, but there's a slight rotation that happens in the spine. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach and fold down. And then as you get toward the end, just pull the left hand across toward the right foot. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And we'll do that 1 more time. Exhale, fold and cross. Inhale all the way up. And then because we've worked so hard for it, let's stay in the pose. Folding down. Now you can release your right arm toward the floor if you'd like. If the floor is feeling far away and you have blocks, you can bring blocks under your hands, or you can hold on to the right shin. Another option is to bring both hands onto your lower back. It's a bit more of a balancing posture, but do what feels good for you. There's lots of options. All of them are great. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and scoop the heart forward. Bring yourself all the way up to standing. Good job. All right. Let's see what this feels like on the other side. So step your left foot forward, step your right foot back. Now, setting up in this warrior one stance. So the back foot is flat on the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. The hips are squaring forward. Good. All right. So the left leg is forward this time, left hand onto the lower back or onto the hip, depending on how much access you have in your shoulder. And then go ahead and reach the right arm up. Keep it up by the ear. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold down over the left leg. Again, it's okay if that left knee bends a little bit. Inhale, reverse it. Lead with the thumb. Come all the way back up. And exhale, fold all the way down, moving slowly. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold. And up. And down. And up. We're going to do a few more. For these last two rounds, if you want to, you can bring that right arm across the body toward the left foot. Keep it up by the ear, though. If that's too much, don't do it. Last one. And this time, as you fold down, we're going to stay in the posture. It's okay if the left knee is bending. Both hands can come to the floor if you'd like, or blocks. You could bring your hands onto the shin. And like before, both hands could also be on your lower back. It's a bit more of a balancing posture, but it's yours if you want it. And breathe. One more breath. And then scoop the heart forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Beautiful. Stepping forward. Let the legs relax for a moment. Feel sensation. The similarities and difference on the different sides of the body. All right. So now I will ask you to take your feet wide apart on your mat and turn the toes outward about 45 degrees. Hands can be on the hips. Actually, we've been working hard tonight, so meaning we're warmed up. So I'm gonna have you take your arms overhead instead. You can have your hands on your hips if you're really tired, but just take your arms up if you're not. Go ahead, take a deep breath in. Then exhale, bend your knees out toward the toes. Sink down into the squat. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, sink back in. And inhale, come back up. Now, if you're feeling some instability in your knees, here's a body hack. Lift your toes, then sink in. This activates the quads and the calves, making it more stable for the knee joint. So if that works for you, keep it up. We're gonna do a few more. Good. Now go ahead and bend the knees. Yes, you guessed it. We're going to stay. And then bend the elbows out to the side into cactus. And now we are in what's called goddess pose. You can turn the palms toward one another and feel the heart lift. Breathe. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, and release the arms on down. Good. Now turn the toes directly forward, the feet parallel, or even pigeon toeing slightly. Then sweep the arms up, inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down over wide legs. Now, in this forward fold, the knees can be bending a little bit if you need to. And I'll ask you to grab hold of your ankles or your shins and grab the backs of them. Now, don't take yourself any further than your body is ready to go, okay? But if you can, just give a slight tug on the legs, guiding your chest into the space between your legs. That's a directional movement, not a goal. Breathe. Good. All right. Take your time, but when you're ready, go ahead and sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And release the arms down. And step two, the top of your yoga mat, whichever direction that is for you. After all of this work, we're finally going to bring our energy down to the ground. So sweep the arms up and fold forward. You know, I like transitions. Palms to shins halfway up. Exhale, fold down and step the feet back into our first down dog of this class. Maybe breathe into that for a moment. It might feel like a different down dog than you're used to after all the work we've done standing. Good. And then inhale, float down onto hands and knees. And from here, we're going to roll over onto our backs for just a couple more exercises. So take your time, rolling over. And hug your knees into your chest when you get there. Might feel good to be just relaxing onto your back here. And then bring your feet flat to the floor, heels underneath the knees bent, feet about hip width apart, your arms by your sides. When you're ready, we're going to come into bridge pose. So go ahead and inhale, lift the hips into the air, reach the pelvis toward the ceiling, and hold. And breathe. 2 more breaths. Press up higher. And exhale, release the hips down slowly. Beautiful. Go ahead and extend your left leg to the floor. Bring your right knee into your chest. Okay, so a couple things happening here. Go ahead and hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Right knee, left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, draw that right knee across the body toward the floor on your left side. Anchor back the right hand and turn the chin to the right as well, coming into a lying twist. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and unwind carefully. And then we'll switch sides. Extending the right leg down. Bring the left knee into your chest. And then take the left knee into your right hand. Left knee, right hand. Left arm extends out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, draw the left knee across the body toward the floor on the right. Anchor back the left arm, and you can turn the chin to the left as well. And just breathe here, aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. Good, all right. When you're ready, please unwind. Good, and extend both legs down to the floor. Take both arms overhead, knuckles on the floor above you. Now interlace your fingers and press the palms away from your head. And I want you to give yourself a big stretch like you just woke up. Reach through the heels, reach through the hands. Big, big, big stretch. Inhale. And then release. Let's do that again. Reach in both directions. Inhale, reach. And release. And one more time. Why not? Because three just feels satisfying. One more time. Reach. And release. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Then hold behind the thighs with both hands and extend your legs toward the ceiling and pull the toes back. As you do so, let your chin drop in toward your throat, the back of the neck lengthening here. Reclined staff pose. Again, toes pulling back. You want to feel the backs of your legs. You want to feel your lower back grounding. Breathe. Good. Now from here, bring the soles of the feet together, bend the knees, and reach down and grab hold of your shins, your ankles, or those of you with longer arms might be able to hold the pinky edge of your feet. So make a connection here. Begin to guide the feet in toward your belly. And breathe. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Guiding the feet in toward your belly. Good. All right. Go ahead and bring the knees together. Just hug them in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release the legs down to the floor and make yourself ready to rest here on your back for about 4 to 5 minutes. Making any adjustments, bring any props to where you need them. Blanket under the head. Maybe turning down some lights in your space if you want to. Do what you got to do. And feel yourself unfold, unfurl. Feel yourself relax. Now is the time for rest. Taking a deep breath in and out, let go of effort. And much like our centering practice, I'd like you just to be curious. What's going on in this body right now? With no expectations and no judgment. We've moved around a lot. We've stretched different parts of the body. Some exercises might have felt new to you. Maybe some of those tensions you noticed earlier have gone or changed. Maybe there's new sensations that weren't there before, good, bad, or otherwise. And then pay attention to the spaces in your body that feel spacious, open, relaxed, and calm. Open, spacious, relaxed, and calm. And let yourself be with that experience. Open, spacious, relaxed, and calm. peace, peace, peace. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath now. Still identified with that open, spacious, relaxed, and calm parts of you, body and mind. And from that place, make some gentle movement in the arms and hands, the legs and feet, reawakening this body. And gently roll to your right side. And then go ahead and come up to a seat when you feel complete here. And so once you're at a seat, go ahead and bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin. And honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight. Feel gratitude for all the effort you put forth, all the willpower, all the determination, all the energy. And may that energy and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.